Hey, what's up, folks? JayborinoPlays here, continuing my Legacy of the Void Brutal walkthrough. We have come to Shakuras, going into the first mission of Shakuras, to be more specific. So to show off what I'm using, I'm going to stick with the Whirlwind Zealots. Again, I think either one would do just fine. Dragoons, not much more to say. I've gone over this. I'm going to stick with Dragoons. I like them. You don't have to. Feel free to use Stalkers. Alrighty. Annihilators, though, I think are just objectively better than Immortals. I hate to use that word. I hate to say that it's objective. I'm sure someone can make Immortals work. And the damage barrier is great, but that Shadow Cannon is real good. It can be so helpful. I understand, though, Immortals have some more survivability, which is very important, especially on maps where you have to go very, very fast. Okay, so core interface. I think we should have enough now if we want to bump up to Solar Lance. Indeed. So if we do this, we could go up to Solar Lance. We're fully allocated. Construction time, starting supply. It's all the same to me. Starting supply, I really think, I mean, it can save you... If you maxed it out, what, plus 20 supply is like 2.5 pylons. That's 250 minerals. It's really not that great. So I'm going to stick with construction time. Deploy pylon is fine. Solar Lance is just, it's incredible. I understand Temporal Field is good, but just to be able to nuke things down. In this mission, if you can get rid of detection, you'll be in real good shape. You just got to get rid of detection. Solar Lance can kill spore colonies and overlords in one blast. Then your DTs can just run in and clean up. That's all you need to do in this mission. You can make pure DTs. There's actually a speed run that I saw on the subreddit today, the Starcraft subreddit. Actually, it was yesterday, but someone beat this mission in like 2.5 minutes because they just ran their Dark Templar by detection. Because really, there's like 3 ways to go from the main center area, and in each way, as you move in a direction, generally the enemy will like move an overseer towards it or start burrowing spore colonies. So if you understand the way that those patterns work, you can run in and either just run right by them or kill the spore colonies as they're burrowing, or kill at least one of 2 so that you can move in and, again, just run around with your Dark Templar. It's all about Dark Templar this mission, but you still need, I think, a conventional force to follow up and clean up. But your Dark Templar will do most of the work, and I will show you.
Shakuras teams with Amon Zerg broods. We hold only the southwest quadrant of Telemetros, and even that is in peril. We must evacuate our people, but the launch bays have been defiled with infestation. Only ground forces can clear them. Once the bays are free, the planetary warp conduit will allow our ships to escape safely.
The launch bays will be cleared. Your people will survive, Matriarch. This I swear.
Okay, so start making some probes right away, as usual, and then go ahead and open these up. I'm going to take my DTs and just auto-attack them out into the center to kill some stuff. Start getting ground armor, weapons.
My Dark Templar in this battle. They can strike from the shadows without fear of reprisal.
So let's just start getting rid of creep. And so, like, up in this direction, the Zerg do reinforce. So just get rid of the creep tumors first, because they'll rebuild these things. So there's no point in wasting your time here. Might as well just grab the Solarite. I don't know why I'm talking like I'm in such a rush. Don't need to rush.
You may claim them with our blessing, Hierarch.
Not enough minerals.
Artanis, I'm detecting a rift opening near your position. Avoid Thrasher. By the gods, it's sieging the warp conduit.
Warriors, we must slay it before it destroys the conduit. Strike as one, Templar.
Okay, so these things aren't as big of a deal, and there's a limited number of them too. So if you kill all 4, then you can take your time. You can take as much time as you need once you kill them all. But theoretically, if you can get to where they all are, that means you pretty much cleared the map out. One thing I'm curious about is, I don't think these things shoot the warp conduit as frequently if there's units around them and they do that area of effect attack, I think. So you might be able to utilize that for the Mastery Achievement. I actually did the Mastery Achievement of this already, and it seemed to work.
But it will be for naught if the launch bays remain infested.
Okay, so I'm going to move my probe out here. I'd love to set up a defense. We're going to get some Whirlwind Zealots, because I think they come at you with... semi-large attacks. I'm going to sneak in here, and we're going to see some spore colonies coming in.
Be careful. The spore crawlers and overseers ahead can detect our Dark Templars' movements. Slay them first.
So this is what I'm talking about. You can take one of them out and just don't engage the other stuff. You know what we can do though is we can Solar Lance. We've got the energy to do it, so let's just Solar Lance. That should kill that spore colony or close to it. Let's just move in and kill it. There we go, and now we can just take this stuff out very easily. There we go. So now once we make a more conventional force, we can move in very easily. Let's go ahead and set up some pylons here, and I wanted to set up a pylon in the middle. Now, I do the same thing here that I did in Sky Shield. I kind of pick a centralized area, and then I just set up a bunch of crap around it. So now my conventional force can move in here very easily. Up in this area, there's a patrolling overlord, or overseer, that you can either run by or just wait for it to patrol.
Shore up our defenses. The Zerg are moving to attack our nexus point.
Okay, so I'm going to move over here and support with my Dark Templar. Move on in there. One of those roaches was the ones that was sitting up there. We kind of softened it up. My probe died. That was kind of silly of me. But really, all about this is just finding the patterns where you can slip your Dark Templar in and out. And that's, I really think, is about it. So I'll get some more of those, and just kind of hang out back here. We'll send a probe back. Anyway, I want to come up and clean this up, and you just wait for the Overseer to move back and forth. I think the next Void Thrasher's up in the center, but that's another area where you can very easily move units in and out. Where is that Overseer? There it is. We'll just wait for it to go by. We'll kill the Spine Crawler. The enemy doesn't reinforce this stuff. Only the stuff near their base is what they reinforce. So we can, like, take all this out. Okay, and now, even though they can see us, that's really not a big deal. We just clear this out. There we go. There's the next Void Thrasher. Make some more Dark Templar.
A second Thrasher. The conduit is under assault.
Okay, so let's just go ahead and back out. Here's another situation. There's Spore Crawlers that are waiting to burrow. I'm just going to move up the ramp, use Solar Lance, and then we can move in with our Dark Templar. So let's just move up, attack this, and then I'm just going to help kill these. Alright, murder it. There we go. And then we just clean this up with our Dark Templar, and then we can kill the Void Thrasher very easily. There we go, and there's no other detection up here, by the way. So actually, we can just move in with our Dark Templar and kill it this way. So let's do that. As long as you don't stand in the crap, then you can kill this thing. They do summon Nidus Worms. Don't let those live. Do not let the Nidus Worms live. You do actually have to make sure that you kill those, because having extra Zerg reinforcements would be kind of a nightmare. All right, let's just back out. I don't know how much damage that does. It might not even be enough to kill Dark Templar, but it doesn't matter. I think the next one might be down there, so we'd be in good shape.
This would be an opportune moment to clear the launch bays.
Okay, so I'm kind of slacking on my infrastructure here, but really you don't need that much infrastructure. You're mostly just focusing on sneaking around with Dark Templar, clearing out areas that otherwise would be semi-inaccessible with too small of a force.
The first launch bay has been cleared. Continue evacuating.
Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing. I have Solar Lance, so let's hold position right here, and then just do this. That might be enough to kill the Overseer. Let's kill the Mutalisks. Just in case, we'll make sure we kill the Overseers. And then we just walk in, and we just clear all this out. Solar Lance is just incredible for doing that. Okay, and I really just need some more income, so let's just focus on that. We're going to be supply blocked here very, very soon, so let's cancel one probe, drop one pylon. Whirlwind Zealots are actually just really, really good for defending. That's why I keep a couple of them here. They will die, but for the most part, they're very, very, very effective. All right, back out now. Got our single cannon. Might as well keep everything alive that we can. Don't even worry about that Zerg base up there. It's tempting to kill it, but you don't have to, so don't. All right, we're going to make some extra Stalkers and Zealots, because, again, I do need a conventional force to keep pushing out. And it's also important to just make sure that you don't waste your energy on Deploy Pylon. That's a very superfluous ability that you do not need to use. Okay, so again, I think the next one pops out either up here or maybe further back. Back here is like the next area that you really need to push into. So what I'm going to do is move down in this direction. We can ignore this one right now. We don't need to worry about it. Really, I just kind of want to focus on getting rid of... Oh, it's all the way back there, actually. Whoops. I was going to say, I want to focus on pushing towards where the Void Thrashers are going to be. But you'll notice we've cleared a lot of this out already, so there's less that we have to worry about. We need pylons, actually, and that's it. Alright, so we have Lance, and what we can do is use Lance. So how much health do these have? 200. Does this ignore armor? The point is, we want to move towards this and just, like, use Lance. We'll clear the whole thing out, and we'll be fine. So the Warp Conduit's got a ton of health, so don't worry too much about that. Alright, Ensnare, quite annoying. There we go. Looking good, and you got a lot of time. More time than you would initially think. So don't worry about the Void Thrashers too much. Okay, I'd like to get some more Dark Templar, but we actually have quite a bit. I haven't lost any as far as I know. So what I'm going to do is poke in here, poke in here, poke in here. What we can actually do is take our Dark Templar, move in, be on the lookout for where there's detection. So there. Hold position. Alright, so both Overseers are visible right now, so let's kill them. And then let's just do this to get rid of the Mutalisks if they annoy me. Alright, that kills the Overseers, so now we can move in with our Dark Templar. These guys can back out. Alright, and let's move on down. And we'll get the Solarite later. Let's just focus on getting rid of this thing. And this is also right by the next launch bay. So, Nidus Worms you want to make sure you kill. This is why you bring a conventional force too, because you want to make sure you kill the Nidus Worms. Because they will spawn a shit ton of Zerg on you, and it's a nightmare. Okay, kill this. This is not good.
That should buy the conduit more time.
Okay, so now we've got another launch bay for virtually free. Alright, Whirlwind Zealot's doing great. Dark Templar are just going to have to defend me here. I could use Solar Lance, but that's really the last thing I want to do.
Well done. Half of the bays are launching evacuation ships.
Okay, so we'll just come on over here. We'll get the last, we'll get the second to last, whatever, Solarite. Pick this up. So much Solarite. Pick it up. And then the last Thrasher's going to show up like right in the middle of the main enemy base over there. So let's just pick up this. Move out towards the center. I'm going to rebuild that area. Never set this up for gas. Again, I've really neglected my infrastructure, but I guess that just kind of goes to show that you don't have to worry that much about your infrastructure this mission when you can do most of your... You can just sneak for the most part. So let's take all this, move up here. And I have a Solar Lance so that I can kill, like, if there's a bunch of stuff in this base that we need to kill, we can always just Solar Lance to defend ourselves. There's the Void Thrasher. We already cleared this area out, so this is fine.
Sent another Void Thrasher against us. Slay it before the conduit falls.
Okay, and that's how fast it went down because I actually had a full force.
Failed. Is there no end to these abominations?
The next one's going to pop out right on top of the last beacon. So actually, let's just hold up. I would love to build this defense up a little bit so that it doesn't die again, so that I don't have to worry about it. I'd rather use Solar Lance offensively, so let's just queue all those up. That's way more cannons than I should have to use, but I also have a very large force that I shouldn't have to use. So let's just do this. Let's Solar Lance here because we actually have a lot of money, or a lot of energy. There we go. Might as well, just so that we don't lose anything, because the last area is actually pretty challenging to push into. There's the last group of Solarite, so we are still on track to get all of our Solarite.
We are recovering the last Solarite reserve now. The solar core should be augmented by the time our forces return, Hierarch.
Dark Templar just tearing apart that. That was their next big attack wave. Now we don't have to worry about it. Let's get some Zealots. Okay, and I never got shields, but whatever. Okay, and now you could destroy this Zerg base. You could, and it would give you a lot more income, but you don't have to. I think I'm going to need more Dragoons, but for the most part, let's just kind of peek up here. The next Void Thrasher will show up there. The Warp Conduit has more than enough health, though. So let's, oh, I saw the Spore Crawler moving up there. Okay, so let's just Solar Lance these. There we go, no more detection. And Dark Templar will clean this up. So Ensnare does not reveal detected units. Did it do that in StarCraft 1? I think it did, but that's fine. We don't have to worry about that. And we have more than enough time right now, so I'm thinking we just wait for Solar Lance, maybe even twice. Like, we use Solar Lance right away, and then we just pull back and use it again. Okay, kill the Spine Crawler. There's just, like, random Zerg that are kind of, like, hanging out. But for now, we don't really have to worry about them at all. Because, again, we've got a nice little ball of units up here. We can just move all these guys up now, and we can clean it out with our conventional force. We're going to get ensnared again. Ensnare particularly bad against Dragoons, who are already very slow. Oh, my God. These Queens are quite annoying. Ensnare was quite an annoying ability in Broodware, and it is still an annoying ability in StarCraft 2, where applicable. Okay, Solar Lance back up. Let's just move in and take this out. I'd love to use Solar Lance on the main defensive area down there because it is very, very challenging. Once you have enough DTs, even if they can see them, it doesn't matter as long as they don't get torn up by Ultralisks. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to move down here. Hold position, and this is an opportunity, I think. We want to kill Overseer. We want to kill Overseer and then start hitting these spore colonies. Okay, and...
Artanis, another Void Thrasher has been summoned. This one is in the heart of the city.
Alright, so the Void Thrasher's there, but we should be fine. Let's just focus on the Spore Crawlers. Now they can't see any of my shit. Yes, they can. No, they can't. That was just, Okay, so Dragoon's back up. Just focus on the Mutalisks, please. We might not have enough here. There's no detection down here, though, so we can just kill this. Back up, back up. Nidus Worms. Gotta kill the Nidus Worms. Don't joke around with those. You keep hitting the Thrasher. Okay, just kill the worms as they come up. You guys go for that one. You guys keep hitting the Thrasher. This is the last Thrasher. But again, like I was saying, assuming you could get to this Thrasher, then you've won.
Amon's Thrashers are no match for the Templar.
Okay. Also, if you kill this Zerg base, they won't attack you as much, but they still attack you. Oh, I've got a lot more up here than... I don't know why I was so nervous. Anyway, this is over. Again, you can see Dark Templar, the clear key to this, because you can sneak by a lot of the stuff.
One launch bay remains disabled.
There's a... oh, that's not it. I forgot I left that one up there. But there's a definitive lack of detection, specifically because they want you to learn how to be sneaky. Like, there's just... It's not that there's, like, zero detection. Maybe on, like, normal or casual difficulty, there's literally zero. But it's really, I think, this way just to show you, like, hey, if you focus detection, you don't have to worry about it. I imagine some people would say, you know, make Stalkers, they can blink in and kill Overseers. I say, use Solar Lance. Temporal Field, I don't think disables detection. It just freezes stuff. I mean, Warp and Reinforcements is okay, but I really have had no problem. Again, Solar Lance is just an incredible ability. It can wipe out entire attack waves that are coming through your base, or just clear stuff out. So, like, we're going to walk up here. I'm going to use Solar Lance here. There we go. And then just hit the Spore Crawler, and now they can't see us at all. Oh, there's another one, actually. But as you can see, Solar Lance, like, if you can... It's just, you can use it to such great effect if you use it properly. So I'm probably going to stick with that for the most part. It's much, much better than Temporal Field, in my opinion.
The launch bays have been reclaimed. Matriarch, you may complete the evacuation.
You have saved my people, Artanis, and they will never forget it.
Alright, cool. We got all our Solarite that mission. Does it tell us if we got, like, all the solar... Yeah, 15 possible. That's good. It lets you know. Alright, when we come back, we're going to go into the stand. I had a lot of trouble with that in my original hard mode playthrough. I was very deprived of sleep, and I think every single one of my tech choices on both the Spear of Adun and my unit variations was, like, the worst possible for that mission. But I think I've got it wrapped up. I did beat it quite handily with the 1.5 billion coming in. I was I don't know, I wasn't that close to losing, but I did it with a lot of time to spare, I think. We'll see if I can do it again. I hope so. I'll see you then. Bye now.